Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno, the founder of Real Men Real Style. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to properly browse through men's style magazines. Okay, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. By doing that, these videos will come right to you. In addition, if you enjoy it, if you find this one useful, I would appreciate it if you would like it down below. And please grab my free 47-page ebook. I don't know why I say please, because it's free and it's great and it's awesome, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Okay, this wasn't a question that came in, but it was something I was thinking about because I get a lot of magazines. And I do that because they're really cheap, and I find that usually I can grab at least one idea from each magazine. So to me, it makes a lot of sense. I get each of these magazines for about $1, sometimes quite a bit less. They come right to me, and I can browse through them. And these are literally some of the smartest guys when it comes to men's style who are curating all this content, presenting it to me, and I have the ability just to go through it very quickly and grab some awesome ideas. But I think most men don't do this. I think most men just read through it, find a few things that they like, or they put it on a shelf and they get this huge stack that builds up over the year, and then they end up canceling their subscription after a while because they realize, well, I've got like 24 of them sitting up on my desk or more than that, and I've never even read through them. It's just too daunting. It's just this big stack. So I want to teach you what I do, and it's pretty simple, in order to get through these things quickly and to make sure to grab the ideas. And that's the big thing, because one idea in one of these magazines, one picture, one illustration, one article, can really affect your style. And I think it's worth you actually getting these and trying to incorporate that. It's also a nice reminder every month getting these magazines, and it reminds you, not to go out, because some of them try to push you to go out and spend $5,000 to $10,000 on a single piece of clothing, but it's just it gives you an idea of what's going on. And again, the big thing is that you've got these editors who are bringing all this content to you and presenting it to you to look at. So here's a copy of Esquire. That's an older one, but as you see Ryan Gosling on the front, this is actually a very interesting cover. But so what I usually do is I'll take my iPhone, I set a timer on it, around 2 minutes, and I have 2 minutes to go through this magazine and find everything that I think is worth keeping and tear it out. So I'm not going to do this right in front of you because I just don't have a table to put it on, and I really, it's kind of a game. I'm going to make it through this entire magazine in 2 minutes and tear out everything that is of value. So I'll quickly zip through it. I look at the commercials because I will occasionally see a picture of a guy that, wow, this one, he's got a really nice jacket. So boom, I've torn it out, and I am going to keep that one. Now, I would go through the entire magazine and do that very quickly. Of course, you can cheat. 2 minutes works for me. I find it actually is a bit challenging. But what it forces you to do is make a snap decision of you looking at something and deciding, do I like it or do I not? Tear it out. And once you've got all of those, and I usually maybe 10 pages, maybe 15 pages, I'll pull out of a single magazine. Sometimes articles I want to read, not really too often articles I want to read, but usually it's about something I see that's inspirational. And then what I'll do is I then can take that and take action on it, because so many times we get all these magazines and we never take action on anything that's presented to us. So just ideas of what I do, I'll sometimes see a manufacturer I've never heard of, or some new up-and-coming person, or a great article, and then I'll go do research online. I'll perhaps, take the content into the bathroom and read it when I've got a little bit of time there. Or I'll, what else? I've got a book that I'm putting together. I'm not talking a book. It's more of like just a folder where I throw in inspirational items. And I find, since I'm only keeping 15 pages versus 100 pages, after a few months, when so occasionally you've got those afternoons or you've got those evenings in which you're just looking for something to do, I can grab my inspiration book of all those things I've torn out, and I can just go through it and be inspired, and every page inspire me, versus oftentimes, only 10% of those magazines really I'm drawn to. So that is my tip to you. Hopefully you find it useful. I think a lot of you guys, if you're like me, you probably had just huge stacks of those magazines up there, and you need to get rid of them. You need to clear out space. And I find this really helps me. And again, the big point is, if you can take one idea, I mean, that can be life-changing in terms of your style. And there's some other stuff out there. I do this with other magazines. It's not just men's style. So I get, let me think. National Geographic Traveler and Fast Company. I like those ones. I mean, they've got some pretty cool stuff in there that appeals to me. But again, I like to just go through it very quickly, see what inspires me, grab it, tear it out, because rarely will I ever pull one of these magazines off the shelf. This has been Antonio Centeno with Real Men Real Style. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.